bring your microphone a little closer to your face. There you go. Perfect.
Hello? Check.
There you
1, 2, 3.
Welcome to Flight Paths, a podcast that dives into who athletes are outside of their sport, aiming to bring a platform to topics that matter most to them. My name is Maggie Troxell, and I am your host. Today, I am joined by Rodrick Pleasant. He is a defensive back for Oregon football and a sprinter for Oregon track and field.
Yes.
So, you are a two-sport athlete at a D1 school. Do you want to explain that a little bit?
Yeah, it's always been a dream of mine. Growing up, I had two older brothers. One played football and one ran track at Cal. So, the other one played football at SC. But it's always been a dream of mine. Like, growing up, I've always did two sports, and I've been fairly successful. Just dating back to high school, ran 10-14, California state record holder, Gatorade athlete, and it's just always been, all my brothers always told me, like, do it as long as you can. Just in your heart, because you never know when you're going to miss one. So, until I have to pick and choose, I will keep doing it. But it's tough. That's one thing I would say. It's very tough. You want to succeed in both and be as great as possible, and it's just tough. Sometimes things don't go your way, so it's really stressful.
When did you start track and when did you start playing football?
I started playing football at 4. First flag game was at 4. I played tackle at 5, and then I've been playing football ever since. And then I got into track. How I got into track is that my older brothers, my mom, had them running for the LA Jets. Shout out to y'all, the best organization. And I was just out there. So my mom was like, you're not just going to be out here just eating snacks and just hanging around. So she threw me in there, and I cried every single day. I literally hated it. Like, at the age of 5, like, they had me run around the track like 4 times nonstop. Crazy story. Like, my first ever coach, he was my coach all up till I got to high school. But I hated him at first. Like, I called him the devil. Like, he was like I was like, why would you make me do this? Like, I'm just a kid. But he was he's ended up my goddad today, and he's a great person, and I don't know what I would do without him. I made lifelong friends. So like some of my best friends, like I still talk to today. We played together since we were 5. So it's crazy how youth sports works.
Where are they playing now?
One's a starting tackle at Cal, another one plays at Fresno State, and then another one plays D2. But like the one that plays at Cal and the one that plays at Fresno State, like, we're best friends. Like, we all ran track together. So it's crazy just to see how everybody evolved.
What was the recruiting process like coming to school for two sports? Like, did you get recruited by both? Were you a walk-on for one?
So the recruiting process for both was like actually insane. I got recruited for both. My first time visiting here, I think unofficial, was my sophomore year of high school.
Shit. Was that for track or football?
Both. So, like, it was like when Landon first got here, and then it was another head coach. It wasn't Jerry, but
yeah.
I got here, I met them. I later took a track photo shoot and a football photo shoot. So that was my first ever, like, visit. I visited SC before. They recruited me heavy. So
for both or for one?
For both.
Okay.
So I was really close with them. A lot of schools wanted me to do both, and that was my preference. Like, I didn't want to get recruited by a school that didn't want to do both. So, like, I would ask them before, like, can I do both, and is that how it's gonna go? And if it wasn't, like, I wouldn't be super interested. So that's how I kind of laid out my recruiting process. But the recruiting process is nothing like it. It's crazy. I enjoyed it. It's a blessing, but it's also like a curse, because at the end of the day, you want to pick the best. Like, my thing was picking the best decision, the best place for me. Yeah, out of all things, I wanted to get developed and be at the best place that could let me do both and help me excel at both. So that's why it was like really, really stressful. I waited until I committed on February 1st. I committed on my birthday. I was literally the last recruit in this class for 23. Like, I waited till the last day.
In 2023?
Yeah, like
your senior year you waited?
Yeah, I waited till my senior year, the February 1st. The last day was like the 4th. I was the last kid in the class. Like, I was like, because I didn't want to rush. Like, and my thing was I didn't want to commit to a school and then decommit. So I just was like, I'll wait until the shuffle. I'll wait until the coaching changes. I'll let the chips fall like they may, and I'll pick a decision. Brought to Boston College, UCLA, USC, Cal, and then Oregon. Those were my 5. I took all 5, and I enjoyed every single one. They all were different. Like, you meet really great people, and the biggest thing is, like, don't burn a connection. You never know who you will meet again in life. That was big. You're never too big for any program.
What is the overlap of football and track practice like?
We micromanage it because it's really hard to do both at the same time. You try to make sure that you're healthy first of all, because if you're not healthy, you can't do anything for either. So I stay engaged in both, and you have to mentally be there between that football, because it's at this point we're just trying to mentally get to the point between learning the playbook and everything's going to start back over for us. But it's different. Like, my day's really, really busy.
Yeah.
So, like, I meet with them. I meet with football. I do stuff with football. Then we have track practice at 2. I do that. Then maybe we meet again at night. So I'll be on the go. And then I have class.
Yeah.
Tutoring. It's all about time management. That's the biggest thing.
Do you ever have off days?
Today's the off day. But I went and got treatment today, and you kind of stay around the facility. I had a midterm, so I did the midterm, and then I went and got a massage, and I got treatment, and then I'm here. So tell me about it.
I don't even want to know, especially with track travel, because track travel is like 5 days.
Yeah, it's track travel. Oh my goodness, we literally travel. Like, we'll leave on Wednesday, because we have the pre-meeting, we have all this other stuff, and then we have to come back. We'll come back on like Sunday.
Yeah.
So like
Wednesday, Tuesday night if you're lucky.
Yeah. So then you'd be like, okay, how am I going to schedule my classes so that I don't have a class that marks you for absences? Because if you get a certain amount of absences classes, you might as well not even go to. You might as well not even do work for the rest of the class, because you're gonna fail the class. So that was like kind of the problem. So being like, I kind of meet with my professors and try to talk to them and let them put a face to a name, so that they're understanding. And that's probably the biggest thing. But that's where it first starts. Track travel is probably insane though. Imagine we win Big Ten for men's track too. So I have 2 Big Ten championships.
If you do it outdoor, it's 3.
Yeah, it'd be 3. Yeah.
3 in 1 year.
3 in 1 year. That'd be crazy.
How many rings can you get?
I got 2 right now. We got the Fiesta Bowl, but that one's cool. But nothing's like us winning the Big Ten for football.
That ring's probably gonna be gorgeous.
It probably is. I'm excited about it.
Will you talk a little bit more about how your brothers like impacted you on getting into both sports?
So my oldest brother, he was kind of the guy. So he kind of made sure nobody was better than him in the household. Between like being the youngest, I would always get like between video games that I love, but video games to just regular sports to any and everything. It was very competitive in the household. It started off with video games. So they wouldn't let me play with them, or like his friends would come over and I would be like, it's my turn, and they would play another game, and then they wouldn't let me use a controller. So I ended up having to get really, really good at certain stuff to be able to play with them. So like it got to a point where I got so good at video games that they wouldn't let me play, because it wasn't fun, because I just talk crap, because of how they used to talk to me.
Which video games?
Madden and 2K, and then NCAA when it was like 14. So NCAA 14. So I was like, mind you, I'm like 8, 9, beating everybody by a lot.
Was it Xbox or PS?
PlayStation. Okay. But it got to the point like they wouldn't share with me, so my mom, she ended up buying me my own. So like we had 3 PlayStations in the house because I would play. They wouldn't let me use theirs, so I used to always cry. So my mom was like, if y'all want to share with them, I'm gonna just get him his own. And that's how the family dynamic of a very competitive started. So then they started running track. My brother started when they were in 8th grade. My brother was fast. He ran 11.3 in 8th grade, 11.4. He was a fast guy.
400.
400. I've ran since I was 5, so I ran for the LHS. At the age 8, I ended up winning the Junior Olympics in the 100. I ran 13.98, which was fast. Everything I did was to chase my older brother. So it was like I never felt satisfied with anything until I was better than them at the age they were. And so I ended up running faster. My brother did in 8th grade, but he ran 10:32 in high school, and my oldest brother ran 10:37. My oldest brother, Dominic Davis, and then my middle brother ran 10:40 in high school. So my brother was like, "You're still not better than me. You've never ran faster than me." So I end up, as the time goes on, COVID happens my freshman year. So my first meet, I transferred to Junipero Serra High School. I transferred there from Alamany. I was at Alamany my freshman year. We played football, and then it was COVID, and then we had a COVID season. You know how they had COVID football my sophomore year.
Yeah.
So we had a COVID football my sophomore year. I had a pick. I started to blow up a little. After track season, I ended up opened up 1070 my sophomore year, and then I ran like 21.3. The later it goes, and we don't have a state meet, so we don't have a state meet.
21.3 and 200?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't have a state meet my sophomore year. I ended up winning our division, our league. I ran like 1050, and then they had like a little southern section meet. So it was like they invite all people from everywhere, but it was like COVID. It was a COVID meet. So I ended up running the fastest sophomore time ever. I ran 1032 as a sophomore in high school. I think it was like U.S. number 2 at the time.
You said your brother was 1039?
1039. I ended up losing, though. I lose to a kid named Devontae Jackson. He's at Bama. He plays football there. He's a good guy. I ended up losing to him, and then I was really, really mad. So I ended up running 200, and that's when I think it all started. I ran 20:53, fastest sophomore time ever. It was previously held by Michael Norman. So that's how crazy that is.
You're what, 15?
I'm 15 at the time. So Michael Norman, I ran 2070 or somewhere around there, 20:53 on a shortened season, U.S. number 1, fastest sophomore time ever.
For U.S. or for California?
It was in the U.S. So fastest sophomore time in the U.S.
Have you been beat since?
Not legally. There's nothing legal that's ran. It's always the what if game. So mind you, if we had a real season, I would have 2 more meets after that. So that's what we always say, like, how fast could I ran? So then after that, like, I've never heard anything else from my brothers. And it kind of gave me a relief. They were like, yeah, you're actually really, really fast. So it made me feel good. I gained some respect. So it kind of made me feel good about myself.
I didn't know you were number 1 for sophomore. That's crazy. What's your time now?
I got hurt last year. I don't remember well. I ran 10:38 last year.
Okay. I didn't think you really ran last year.
I didn't really run last year. I got hurt. I ran 6:69 indoor, and then I got hurt.
Yeah. Did you go to UW? Was that UW?
My first meet last year was Arkansas. I ran 6:80, and then I ran 6:69 at New Mexico, and then I got hurt. And the season, you know how that goes. The season's kind of a wash after. The fastest I've ever ran, I ran 10:09 windy, 10:14 twice in high school, California state record holder, and 20:40 legal.
Shit. Okay. How does you playing football kind of tie into track, and how does you running track tie into football?
Okay, I'm gonna start off with the track tying as well. The competitiveness, especially me playing DB, like, you don't have anybody to blame but yourself out there. You're isolated. It's only you. Just like playing DB, the whole world knows when you got scored on. The whole world knows when you got scored on. And track, like, the whole world knows when you lost. Like, it's just you. You have nobody else to blame. It plays a factor on me just being able to tap into a zone where I'm just be able to push everything out. Zone in on just me and focus on what I have to do. Even though football is a team aspect, but to take care of the job at hand. I think that's what it plays into. And also track speed, football speed. Yeah. I think the toughness football has. The grit you get from playing football and kind of the aggressiveness and the physicality that you get from playing football, I think it plays a real factor in track. Football, I think a lot of football players have a problem with losing. They're sore losers, and I think it plays a big factor. Like, I hate losing. Track, you get first, second, third, but there's ultimately nobody remembers who got second. That's the biggest thing. Just the outlook of how competitive you are. Nobody cares who got second. Nobody remembers who's the runner-up in the championship.
What about teammate dynamics between football and track?
Oh.
What about the personalities, friendships?
Football, okay. My football friends are crazy. They're hilarious. A whole bunch of different personalities.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to compare them to. Being around football, there's always something. There's never a dull moment.
Yeah.
Like, there's always a personality. There's always something funny happening. There's always somebody doing something. Especially, like, how many teammates we have. And especially since we're such a close team. We all talk to each other, from O linemen and skills to D linemen, hanging out with kickers and punters, and like we're all really connected. So it's hilarious. The track side they're connected. We're a connected team. Like, everybody knows everybody. They both cheer. They both are really supportive of their own. One thing I've learned is being around, like, both of them, that you figure out how supportive people can be. I've learned how to deal with different personalities. I can talk to everybody how we talk at football.
Yeah.
You can yell at somebody and brush it off, and it's like, okay. But, like, being at track, like, you can't. You got to be just coming to somebody and be like, okay, this is how how it's supposed to go. Everybody has a different personality.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I feel like I've learned, being around both.
That's an insanely useful skill.
Yeah. People operate different. Like, people will shut down if you yell at them. Like, football is kind of like, all right, bro, like, cool. We're gonna go about it today. Like, all right, laugh at it. But people's feelings get hurt when you do yell. Like,
Yeah.
so that's what I've learned, just how to be able to talk to different people.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I admire about you. You're very well spoken and you respect and address people properly.
Yeah, you never,
It's not hard to do, but some people can't do it. Well, working with both football and track, I've seen that.
Question. That's my question. What is the difference between both of them? Because you've done media days for both of them. So
football, you guys will not come out of your shell. They will not come out of their shell for me. Track, you guys will yell at me and swear at me and demand things from me, and I love it. And you guys hold me accountable, and it is hilarious. But also, I feel a lot more respect from track.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the very first time that I shot track was with you guys, and that was the Spokane meet my freshman year. So that was indoor during 2023. I think it was Shania. She introduced me to everybody, I believe. I might be wrong. It was Lexi also was really impactful in that. It was immediately different from everything else I've ever shot because everybody was supportive of everybody, no matter their discipline. And it wasn't competition or I can do better than you when it's two people on the same team running in the same event. It was like, we're going to get to that finish line and then we're both going to celebrate each other, no matter who beat who or whatnot. I think it really showed like the human spirit in sport and athletic, as grand as that is. I think it's very futile at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Football, I love walking behind the benches because there's always some weird thing going on. It's like you guys are playing a game on the field and then I walk behind the benches, I catch someone's eye, I get a picture, I get yelled at. It's just fun.
Yeah.
So the people that know me, I really enjoy. But as it goes to media days, a lot of the football players are like sticks in the mud.
There's nothing like an Oregon track media day. Like, I'd be around and I'd be like, our media day, I maybe took like 30 photos.
Yeah.
There's like, I was looking at other people's photos. There's maybe 900 photos. Like, come on. There's no way. And there's just different poses. Just different poses.
Last year, I had to go through every single one of those and put it in every athlete folder. That was me last year.
Yeah,
I didn't do that again.
I do respect it, though. They take media day to a whole nother level.
The amount of content they pump out is insane.
No, like, it's literally, like, crazy.
I remember my first time shooting track media day was right after my first travel trip, and I was warned about it because I had only been in Codex for like a month and a half at that point, and I was warned. They're like, "This is crazy.
This is
like,
serious.
Just wait till the sprinters come in." I'm like, "What's wrong with the sprinters?"
They call media day a national holiday.
Oh yeah,
it's a national holiday. Nothing else matters, but media day.
Yeah, and then football, it's like pulling teeth.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah,
I love it. I love the enthusiasm. It makes my job so much more fun. But again, with football, it's like pulling teeth. It's like, okay, we're gonna do the same poses without your helmet, and it's just like, do I have to? Yes, you are obligated to take pictures on this background. And then I show them the pictures and they love it, and then they want to do more, and it's fun.
Yeah, once they come out the shell, they can be like, okay, I like this. I want to do more.
The group of you guys that hung around at the end of football media day with the duck, that was funny.
I took one for track with the duck.
Kind of using that conversation about media, I want to transition into your brand.
Yeah.
Because I met you my sophomore year, your freshman year, in Craig and Lauren's athlete influence class.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you you standing up and talking about who you are and your brand. I think you were wearing a hoodie that had...
Never Pleasant.
Yep. So talk about that a little bit.
How did I come up with Never Pleasant? I was my freshman year going into my sophomore year. So...
High school?
It's high school.
Okay.
After I ended up doing well in sports, and I wanted a rebirth. I felt like I needed a rebrand.
Yeah.
And it was time for me to get out of my brother's shadow. Like, I had his Instagram handle. I just had little in front of it. So I was like him.
That's cute though.
I was like, I know who I want to be, and I can be something special. So I was like, it's time for me to rebrand myself and go about it. And I came up with Never Pleasant, and we came up with a logo, and I've ran with it. Like, going into my junior year, my family was like, it's catchy. Like, we like it. Especially my last name is very catchy. And then Never is like, okay, yeah, it's cool. And then we're going into the state meet, and it was like, we need something to celebrate you, like, just to wear. So they all got sweatsuits made with Never Pleasant on.
That's fun.
And it was like probably the coolest thing, and I ended up coming out with it. I have photos of, shout out Dylan, the best photographer in California, like my guy. He's my road dog. Appreciate you, man. But he ended up taking photos for me after the state meet when I ran fast. So he took, and that was me zipping up the sweatshirt, and it's like the reveal. Yeah. It was the first time everybody seeing it, and everybody's like, okay. So I'm gonna start dropping more. It's been so crazy. So it was only a close family thing, and all my teammates love it. So they're like, bro, let me get a sweatsuit. So that's what I'm gonna start doing, and it just came catchy, and I ran with it, and I love it, and it's original. That's my biggest thing. Like, and family is one of the one of the most important things to me. And I want to celebrate my last name until I can't anymore. I love my family. My dad's side of the family is like the best people on earth and most supportive people. It's the Pleasants. The Pleasants is something. So that's how I ran with it. So Never Pleasant that's how it came about. Colors that I want to do a pink one. I wish I want to do a pink one for Valentine's Day, but I'm in a rush. It's coming up too fast. Yeah. But I would want to do a pink and red one for Valentine's Day. I want to do a green and yellow one for Oregon. And I have a black and white and gray. I would definitely have them model it for me. They're media warriors. Track, they're warriors. And they're warriors. The way that they push out content and the way that it's so like, they love it though. Like it's so fun to them. Yeah.
I have a class right before this with Katrina and Gianna, and we talk about media and NIL and deals and what I'm doing and what they're doing like all the time. Like, I think I'm working with a magazine now, and there's doing a story on Gianna about her grind with NIL. And so I'm literally going over to her apartment this weekend and taking pictures of her making content for NIL stuff.
They're one of a kind. That's one thing I would like. They are one of a kind.
Yeah. And that's why I feel so fortunate to know you guys, is because your drive is so unmatched and just honestly incredible.
And one thing that I want to do, like, I love playing video games. And my place isn't big enough right now. So when I move, I get a full setup. Because I want to stream.
Yes. What are your top games right now?
Madden. I play a bunch of Madden. I play a bunch of 2K. And then I play a bunch of Call of Duty. And I play a bunch.
Which Call of Duty?
Black Ops.
Which one?
6.
Okay.
I play that one a lot. I play with my brothers, and it's very hilarious. Like, they are the most funniest people. And I think it's just, like, playing the game is, like, it's something that you can relate with a bunch of different people. Yeah. I want to stream, and I play a bunch of franchises and stuff. And I take it serious. I do. I take it real serious.
It's your professional job outside of sports.
It's definitely. That's another life and another life. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a streamer. I'm a Madden streamer. Another.
YouTube is how I started.
For real?
Yeah.
In another life, I'm a Madden streamer. Like, I'm one of a kind.
I will talk video games whenever. I grew up playing Xbox with my dad.
For real?
Yeah. Halo, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, Halo.
My dad has the original Xbox. It's still in our living room. Halo like does not work. Campaigns does not work, but you can like shoot each other.
Mine's ended up getting the Ring of Death, the red Ring of Death. Yeah, my Xbox ended up getting it, so I couldn't even play it no more. But that's one thing I want to get into. I'm outspoken, and then playing a game, it's nothing like it.
It's like this, but you're playing a video game. It's so fun. I love it.
Yeah, this is how much I played the game. I cried when my mom when I ended up getting the PlayStation 5. I cried. She bought it for me for I think it was my junior year. I'm 17, and that's the only gift I wanted for Christmas. My mom, she ended up getting it on Black Friday, but my auntie had got my cousin it first, and she was like, oh, I got another one too, but I sold it. I was like, auntie, I'll never speak to you again. I was like, we're not cool. So I didn't speak to my auntie for like a month. I didn't speak to her for a month because I was like, how, you knew I wanted this, so how dare you? My mom could have bought it from you. I would have saved the money and bought it from you. So my mom ended up getting it. I cried, and it was the best gift ever, like ever. How my room sets up, I have my monitor, I have my iPad playing something, I have my TV playing.
So you're an iPad baby on another level.
Oh, another level. Like, my iPad's in the car. I want a Tesla because I want to be able to watch TV while I drive. But that's time for another day. I have a TV that I got that needs to get mounted. So I have a 75 inch just sitting on the floor in my house. So
That is so big. Where are you gonna put that?
I have a 65 in my room, and I have a 75, and then I have a 75 in the living room. I have a 75 that I put up in the living room, and then I have
You have 3?
I have 75 on the ground that I just had that needs to get put up, and then I have a 55 inch just sitting there that I use right now. So I need to get rid of the 55. So I got a monitor. I have my monitor, and then the 75 is gonna go in the living room. The 65 is in my room, but I want another monitor so I can have so I can swipe through it, and I can have YouTube playing, or I can be watching somebody else's stream, their Twitch stream.
I'm not surprised. That's the best part of this. I'm not surprised in any way, shape, or form. If you ever catch yourself on Fortnite, shoot me a text.
I got you. I got you.
It's so bad. That's what I do in the evenings. I either will play Fortnite, watch Gossip Girl, or read a book.
What's up with this Gossip Girl? Is it good?
I couldn't tell you. It's an old 2000s just. I'm not gonna say soap opera. It's a just drama series.
I've been watching Night Agent. The Night Agent.
Yes! Oh my god. I'm 3 episodes into season 2 and it's so good. It's so good. Oh my god. Yes?
It's an amazing show.
Thank you. Good.
Thank you.
Good.
No, it gets so much better.
You finished it?
Oh, yeah.
I've not finished it yet.
I'm on the last episode.
Okay.
I started it on Sunday. What is today? Thursday?
Yeah.
I've watched all of it up to today.
Okay, so I sounds like I need to catch up.
I had my friends watching it yesterday because they're like, I need a new show. I turned it on. The first 30 minutes are like this. They're literally tied in. So they watched 6 episodes last night. It's that good.
That's funny. No, Gossip Girl is just a put on in the background show.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be doing notes and I'll have it in the background, or when I do my nails I'll have it up. But I don't really sit and just avidly watch it.
My background show, Young Sheldon. It's a
Respect.
People look at me a little crazy when I say it, but
that's good.
I'm big on Young Sheldon. I'm big on Big Bang Theory.
Yes. Good. Big Bang Theory was the show that was in the background all the time growing up for me. Or NCIS. Have you seen NCIS?
Yes, I've seen NCIS.
Good.
My mom was a Law and Order girl. It used to give me nightmares though growing up.
Law and Order.
Law and Order. I couldn't.
That one I have heard is a little more.
It's
vulgar, scary, creepy. I don't know what the right word is. Okay. Mental health wise, what do you want to talk about?
I think the past year was a little tough for me.
Yeah.
Especially just I don't talk about it very often. I try to just wear it on my shoulders, not say too much. But the past track season, getting hurt, and you have
what injury did you get?
My hamstring. You have all these expectations and dreams of stuff that you want to do in your first year of college. You don't know what to do with yourself when it happens. Because as much as people say that athlete sports, you're not supposed to revolve it around. But my life literally revolves around sports. I had a good birthday because I ran good. I feel like I ran good. My birthday, we had to meet on my birthday. If I didn't run good on my birthday, I wouldn't have had a good birthday. And it sucks to say, but mentally, that's just how we're wired. When I hurt myself last year, I kind of went through some stuff. I was asking, I always ask myself why. What's the problem? What did I do to deserve this? You know what you're capable of, and you know what you can do. Watching you not be able to fulfill what you want to do is probably the hardest thing. As much as we say we have time, we really don't. It goes by so fast.
Yeah.
You want to show that you are worthy of achieving them. Last year, it really stressed me out. I couldn't shake the feeling. And I would really, really go through it. I wouldn't say anything. I would try to just keep it in. But mental health is real. Your performance and what you go through is real. You ask yourself why, especially if you're in a Division I school, you are a capable athlete. Mentally not being in the right mindset at any sport, you're not going to be good.
Yeah.
Because you ultimately can't focus on the goal at hand because you are so worried about what else is going on around you. You have to be at peace. And I've been trying, last year I tried to remove, all the problem factors that I've had. Anything that doesn't bring me joy shouldn't be in my life. You go through enough mentally and emotionally with your sport and what work you have at hand. You just want to be around peace. You want to be at peace when you are away from the sport. I took it for granted. When you're doing well, when you've done well all your life in the sport, you think it's just that's how it's supposed to go. I kind of had a long conversation with my mom, and we were talking about it. I know not everybody's religious. My mom was just telling me, she's like, God's telling you you shouldn't take this for granted. Like, you expect to be great at things. Like, she's like, I'm not saying you don't do everything you're supposed to. You do it. You eat right. You do all the stuff that you're supposed to do. You just expect it. You're not thankful for what's happening. Like, I would say, like, in high school, I was happy, but I didn't soak up all the moments. I didn't make the accomplishments as great as they really should have been for me.
Mm-hmm.
I would just move on. Like, okay, on to the next. Like, what's next for me? I didn't sit down or I didn't do anything to celebrate what I went through. When I do something well, like, I really am going to greet myself and make sure that I feel appreciated. Like, make sure this is a milestone.
Yeah. As little as it may be, regardless of what it is.
You're supposed to take all the wins that you go through, no matter how big or how small they are. You're supposed to be as grateful as you can be for either of them. Mentally, last year, like, it taught me a lot. Like, I look at everything a lot differently. Half the battle as an athlete is staying healthy. Like, no matter if you perform the way you want to, and if you don't perform the way you just be thankful. Take the little wins. Thankful that you're healthy. You will be able to go back and correct it. I'm just thankful for just all the little wins now.
Yeah, like, you might not be running the best that you've ever ran, but you're not injured.
Yeah, that's literally, like, you can go back and you can correct it. Like,
you still are able to participate.
Yeah, I tell a lot of kids now, like, soak it up. Like, you don't know, soak everything up.
Yeah. All
the victories in high school, all the, like, just what you're going through. Be grateful for it.
You only get to experience everything once.
Yeah, you don't get these moments back.
Oh, geez.
Who's the favorite you shot ever?
That's a really, really, really loaded question.
One for track. One for football.
I really like. Okay, I can't just choose one. I really, really enjoyed shooting Bucky and Troy.
Yes.
Because they were so enthusiastic and in your face. And I missed that duo so much. Like, this year, it was not the same without them. But I really appreciated being able to shoot people that I've now known for, like, 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, being able to, like...
see the development.
Yeah, to, like, see you. Like, when you would give me fist bumps before games, I'm like, I appreciate that so much. I had a class with Atticus last term. And that's how, like, we met. Mm-hmm. So he'd, like, see me and we kind of do shoots, like, post-game. And, like, just being able to work with people that I know was fantastic. I feel like they were, like, core Oregon football. Especially, like, being my first year shooting Oregon football. Yeah. It was just so fun.
Track's the hard one, huh?
Are we doing...
Okay, we can make it a little easier. One pro, one college.
I was just going to say, can I do pro and college?
Pro and college.
Shit. I feel so biased saying things. Like, 6 names come to my mind. That's why I hate it. I really, really, really like shooting with Claudia. Because she's so enthusiastic and heartfelt.
Did you see her media day pictures this year?
No. Yes, I did.
With the money and the... Literally, I was like... she won media day for me.
She is just so cool, and I adore her so much. And we came in the same year. And so I got to meet her, like, right as she got here. And I've seen her go from, like, quiet, shy, I don't talk to you, to, like, now...
Being, very talkative.
Being very talkative, being an Olympian, like, going from this to that is just insane, and she's amazing.
When she took the shades from PJ and having the Prada shades and the money, I said, there's no... Insert the clip. But I was like, there is no way. And I really loved it. That's what media is all about. Like, show some personality.
Yeah, she's so fun. I adore her. I'm, like, in my brain, I go, okay, wait, Katrina's really fun. Lily's really fun. And then I go down the, like, list. I'm like, I also love working with J-Kai. I miss J-Kai.
J-Kai was fire.
J-Kai was my go-to gossiper. I got all the gossip from J-Kai. Daddy's watching. I miss you, J-Kai. Pro, I immediately go to Sha'Carri. Just because she is phenomenal.
She's herself.
Yes. I worked with her after she qualified for U.S. Olympic team, and that was just, like, a very beautiful moment. I also really like working with Tara Davis Woodhall. She is just a personality in herself. But all of the little, like, lesser known athletes that came through for pre-classic this year were just so fun. Orla Comerfield from Ireland, she did, like, a whole photo shoot with her nails with me, and she did it, like, every day, and she now follows me, and I just adore her. She's so funny. Mm-hmm. So it's, like, just getting to work with other athletes around the country, no, not even the country, around the world, are beautiful. And, like, I was shooting trials, and I took pictures of Snoop Dogg, And then I turn around, and there's Colin Kaepernick. I'm like, oh my god, this man that I've looked up for sports media for years is standing right there. And I turn my camera around, he looks down, he smiles at me, and waves at the camera. I'm like, this is the best thing ever. I was just jaw dropped and just in awe, because, like, my first exposure to sports social was when Colin Kaepernick took a knee. Like, that's my defining distinctive moment when I was, like, finally conscious in the world of sports media. And so being able to see him, like, at Hayward Field where I was working was, like, really, really, really fucking cool.
The part of jaw dropped?
Yeah. I'm
literally getting into my car to go to the meet. He comes out of the football facility, so I'm like, oh, I'm Rodrick. Nice to meet you. Like, it was actually the most insane thing ever.
Yeah.
But it's a testament of being here at Oregon. Like, you run into so many people that you never think you would.
The amount of times I've just talked to Phil Knight in an elevator is insane. It'd be like me, the dog, and Phil Knight. I'm not even, like, kidding. It was the weirdest shit. This is an original experience. It's Elevator Lady that I absolutely adore, the duck, Phil Knight, and his 3 friends. Like,
it's nothing like it.
It's Oregon. Again, Snoop Dogg showed up to Hayward Field. That was insane, though, because I was shooting athlete arrivals, and because it was trials, it was the security was through Homeland Security, and they were scanning every single athlete, every single person that walked through, every single bag. They were bomb sniffing. Every time the cart came through to transport athletes, bomb sniffing dogs. Like, it was legit. Like, I had to take out all of my lenses, take off the caps to, like, show them, like, inside the lens, like, there's no bomb in my lens. Yeah. It was a whole ordeal to come in and out every day. And then we're sitting here, like, day 3, and they just open the doors and they let these cars in, and they're blacked out SUVs. And I look over at the people I'm with, and I'm like, this
is not right.
I'm like, this has to be, like, the president. I was like, who? And they go, it's Snoop. I go, Snoop who? And they look at me like, Snoop Dogg. I'm like, that's who I assume, but, like, I need you to clarify it for me.
Yeah, I got to see it from my own eyes.
He and Noah Lyles, their personalities complement each other so well in, like, the intro scenes. The moment that I really appreciated was witnessing Sha'Carri meeting Snoop.
She was so excited, huh?
She was on the practice track, and she was just like, oh my god, I'm so excited. Like, you are just an icon, and I look up to you. And he's like, I look up to you. Like, you are pioneering this path in women's track and field, and you've come back from all of these things, and just the mutual respect from people that are in just very different fields was just honestly very beautiful.
Second to none.
Yeah. And that's why I love the industry.
Yeah.
That's never gonna happen again. Ever. She's not gonna meet him for the first time ever again. And I was there to witness like that. Like, I'm 20 and I'm able to do that.
Yeah.
Do you have any other media questions for me? This is fun.
What was it like shooting your first game at Austin?
Oh my god.
And who was the first game? Do you remember?
It was UCLA game day my freshman year.
I know that was nothing like it.
I'm from Portland, so I grew up coming down here for games. My dad came here. I toured his frat house when I was like 8. Like, I have been involved in Oregon for so long, and I wasn't gonna come here. I ended up this is a safety school that I applied to just for my dad.
Where else was you thinking?
I actually was gonna go to a school in London for political science.
How boring! Boo!
I know. Now, like,
could you imagine how boring your life?
No, I don't want to think about that. I was like, okay, if I'm going to Oregon, I'm just gonna go all in. So I sent an email to the guy who became my boss, and I did an interview like right when I got here, and then a week and a half later, I was shooting UCLA game day. I had never been on the field of Watson. I hadn't been anywhere under the 100 seat level. I remember walking down that tunnel, and I was like, holy shit. I took a video of it, and I'm like, I ended up actually turning it off because I was so shocked.
I don't think there's nothing like running up the tunnel. There's nothing like it. You hear the roars, you hear everybody.
But also I get there so early that I was able to see the stadium fill up.
Yeah.
And so I got a tour of like the press box and the elevators and how we get from here to there, and I met the support staff and I met the marketing staff, and I saw our photo tunnel, and seeing a photo tunnel on like a college football stadium was so cool, because I'm like, in my brain, people are just throwing their backpacks wherever, blah, 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 blah. I didn't know how that actually worked. And we have like a whole tunnel that's just lined with computers and Ethernet ports, and it's my like dream. It's beautiful. It's stunning. I walked in there, I was like, people like me. And it's just like, that was the first time that I ever felt really seen in the sports media realm, was like really being surrounded by people that do it for a living. But then I got to go up to the press box like halfway through the game, because we get dinner up there, and my boss and best friend at the time were like, have you been up to the camera deck? I'm like, no, I don't know what the camera deck is. Aren't we on the camera deck? We walked up to the roof of the press box.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how the wood paneling goes up and then there's the broadcast cameras?
Mm-hmm.
We went up to the broadcast deck. I have a video of the very first time I walked up there, and they were playing the fight song, and everybody was screaming, and I get this view of just the field, and I see everything, and I wanted to just stay up there. As somebody that grew up watching Oregon football, I was like, this is crazy. I sent a picture to my dad, and I called my grandma, and I'm like, look at this. Look at where I am right now. Every game I shot after that, I would get there 3 hours early and go spend at least 30 minutes just sitting up there on the deck, drinking water, watching. I don't care if it was pitch black. I didn't care if it was like 10 a.m. I didn't care if anybody was up there. I didn't care if people were looking at me. I sat there crisscross on one of the folding tables, my camera there, and just was there.
Sucking it all in.
Yeah. I have those videos and pictures of just that view.
There's
because
nothing like it. Huh?
there's nothing like it. I don't even know if, like, going to the roof of, like, an NFL stadium would be the same.
Yeah.
Because it's not awesome.
What gave me the jitters, like, my first game, run out the tunnel, was probably Ohio State. Like, it's not, like, we're coming out for pregame, and this place is filled up.
There was so much red in the stands.
That, too, but, like, when we played Ohio State at Alton, it was nothing like it.
I went to that game as a fan. That was the first and only game I went to as a fan.
Just to see how the place, like, erupts, run out the tunnel, your heart's beating. And it's just like, it's crazy. I would die. That's one thing I said. It's nothing like it. Like,
Ever.
that's crazy that's your first time. That's your first experience.
Yeah.
College game days, that's insane, though.
I know.
And the uniforms are fire.
I didn't know what college game day was until I worked it.
The uniforms are fire, though. The ESP, they're the breast cancer ones. I remember them vividly.
Yeah.
They're black. They had black, neon, and pink. I remember them vividly.
I wanted one of those jerseys so badly. I wanted one so bad.
Like, that's crazy, though.
Do you have any words of wisdom you want to share? Any parting thoughts?
Live life to the fullest. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Soak everything in. That's what I think. Enjoy the moments that you have with other people that you care about.
Yeah.
Be you. Don't let anybody change you. Be you.
Well, thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. If you're interested in learning more, reach out to me or reach out to Rodrick. And don't forget to follow along for more future stories and insights from our athletes. Bye.